I'm Jeremy Allen, and I am the set designer for the Lewis trilogy. From the very beginning, it was Declan was super interested in being able to really peel back some of the layers of the stables. Because it's the last show that's in the stables as well, it was really important for us to be able to present the stage and the venue in a way that was new. What can we do to the space that we otherwise wouldn't be able to do on a usual show that would make the Lewis trilogy particularly special? We spent a few days peeling the paint off the walls. In some parts it was like 5 centimetres thick, many layers of history. In the stables there is a raised stage deck, and that's raised to make sure that it's level and black and those things. But what we've done is remove that floor, so when you step up into the stables, what you're actually looking at is the original stables floor. Declan and Kelsey and I always talked about the space being split into two. That's basically where the idea of this proscenium marquee came from. It's a way to essentially split the space between a forestage and a backstage. So for Summer of the Aliens, for example, which is a play that is about a young boy who is obsessed with aliens and flying saucers. And the way that he becomes obsessed with that is through seeing sci-fi film. Dulcie and Lewis talk about going to see sci-fi double features. And of course, drive-in cinemas in the 60s and 50s obviously had these beautiful hoardings and these beautiful marquees that sat at the front and advertised that they were doing a sci-fi double feature. So some of the early images we were looking at were these photos from today of these old marquee structures. For COSI, we were lucky enough to already be in a theatre. So essentially, we like to think that COSI is just as it would be in the stables. And then of course, walking down Darlinghurst Road, as you do, you can still get remnants of the old world of King's Cross. Even looking at old photos of King's Cross, there's where there's now Woolworths used to be the King's Cross Theatre, which had these beautiful old theatre hoardings covered in festoon bulbs. We didn't want the set to be completely static for the 3 plays. I think it would be very boring if it was the same complete kind of environment for both 3 plays. So along with lighting and sound, obviously does a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of shifting space and time, particularly in these plays, because we journey over 60, 70 years. It was important for me that each time you enter the space there was a little bit of a shift. I think any designer that works in the stables has challenges that they have to overcome. For actors there's no escape, but also for designers there's also no escape. It's definitely an honour to be the last designer working in this space before it gets its big renovation. Each floorboard in here, each brick has its own story, so part of that was just making sure to honour the space as much as possible.